Welcome everyone to Biochemistry 1, Chemistry 4500 for Fall 2023. My name is VJ Anthram and I'll be your professor for the 16-week course. First of all, the class is going to meet Tuesday and Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. in room 202. Since there's only 9 students registered, we may actually find even a better room. There's only 9 of us, so I think we have some flexibility in terms of room. But for now, we'll meet at room 202 of Hendrix. There's a lab associated with this course. It's scheduled for 8 weeks. Out of those 8 weeks, 6 of them will be in lab exercises, and then 2 of those will actually be done at home, sort of using a software. One of them is using a software called PyMol, which allows you to manipulate structures. I'll give you more information about that. You'll need to download that software, and all that links is available on Canvas. That's one dry lab. The second dry lab would be looking at some of the websites and figuring out protein structures and stuff like that using the internet, and particularly the NCBI. So more information will be provided to you about that, but we're looking at 6 wet labs and 2 dry labs. The 2 dry labs will be about 30 points. My office is in 214, and here's my cell number and my office number. You can meet me in my office door. You'll also should be able to see my schedule, my email, and ways to contact me. Of course, you always can text me or call in case of an emergency. My office hours are also posted there. They're also posted on campus. So just a little bit about myself and how I became your professor. I'm from Gainesville, Florida. That's where I got my bachelor's degree. I did it in microbiology from the University of Florida in 1999. I went ahead and did my PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology. So I really like biochemistry. I have a nice passion for it. The field has definitely changed since I got my PhD. I got my degree in 2008 and my bachelor's in 1999, and the field has definitely exploded and become even more cutting edge than before. And I've also done 2 postdocs also at the University of Florida. So done everything at UF. There's definitely a lot of pros and cons. So that's a little bit about my family. They really keep me busy. And other things prior to my marriage, I used to have a lot of hobbies, interests, and passions. I still do, but my time seems to be taken away from with family and work obligations. As a college fan and even in high school, I always loved the Orlando Magic. I grew up in Central Florida. So I've actually been to a couple of those games. Orlando's about 2.5 hours from Gainesville. Gainesville, by the way, is about 8 hours from Fayetteville. I don't really like traveling much, but if I do, I like traveling to local places like the libraries to read, not medical school libraries, but public libraries, a lot of recreational reading. I like traveling to some, local places, antique shops, museums. I also like elephants. They're definitely my most favorite animal. When I joined the school in 2015, I used to have pictures of elephants all over my office, and times have changed and things are a lot different now, so now I don't have those elephant pictures around in my office. So anyways, these are some of my passions and interests, and hopefully during this semester, we have a long 16-week haul. I can learn a little bit about each and every one of you and your goals and desires. So, excuse me, the way the course is going to be broken down is through homeworks. This is an easy 10 points. I usually have you go outside the textbook, outside the traditional lecture parameters to see some of the other aspects of the course, clinically or medically, how what we're learning relates to what's happening to someone maybe who is ill or who has a disease. So definitely these tend to go outside the traditional lectures, and they're an easy 10 points because homework, as my philosophy is always just practice and to get you thinking outside the box of traditional lectures. There'll be 4 exams. They're 65% of the grade, and the way I'm doing things as we come out of the viral pandemic is I'm having this is what I've done conscientiously from 2021 onwards is to have all my tests and assignments done through Canvas. So you'll be taking your tests through Canvas. Students find that a little bit more convenient in terms of their time and schedules and their other commitments. Because I know that students have 3 or 4 other classes going on, and some of them also have jobs. So tests will be done through Canvas. Most of your work will be uploaded and done through Canvas. As long as it's scanned and it's legible and I can read it and I can grade it, then you should get the full points. Like I said before, there's 2 lab assignments. The labs are 8 weeks. 2 of those labs, you'll download this software called PyMol, which should be able to work on a laptop. The link is available on the Canvas announcements page to do some structural alignments of proteins. And then there's a lab that has you peruse the internet to look at all the internet websites that are there dedicated to proteins and protein analysis. There's a lab notebook for this 8-week lab. That's about 2.5% of your grade. So the labs is something I'm always trying to renovate. Every summer I say to myself, I'm going to have new labs and change the labs. I did not do that this summer. I apologize for that, but we do have some good wet labs. And just like homework, which is my philosophy, is just practice. Labs, my philosophy is, try to learn and enjoy. Labs should be more about enjoyment and learning than rather hearing my dull lecture voice. So as long as safety is done and people wear goggles, the labs should be hopefully designed to be fun and somewhat engaging. So there's always these questions that come about with regards to the textbook for the course. They always change in terms of Voigt and Voigt, the authors of this textbook, because there's always new editions coming out. The textbook for me is recommended but not required. This is the textbook that I have in my physical copy. And so if you want to purchase it, I think it will be good, especially if you're going to go into future courses involving chemistry. It's definitely a good resource to have. If you're tight on a budget, you may not want to purchase it, but I wouldn't recommend it. All the lecture material, my notes, the PowerPoints, should be enough based on prior years for students to get the grade that they want to get in the class. So I would recommend this textbook, but like I said before, it's recommended but not required. Just want to quickly go over the tentative test schedule. Now, all of this is tentative. You'll have some homework assignments, about 9 to 10 homework assignments. So those are easy 10 points. There's a lab component. But the major crux of this course involves the testing and examinations. So I'm planning for 4 tests. The test will be a little different. You can take the multiple choice portion on Canvas. So that's available. It will open up on these test dates. And then there'll be a short response or free response portion. I'm planning for maybe about 2 or 3 questions for a free response. You can do that at home and then come back and turn it in. Also during the test date, make sure you're on your computer to do the multiple choice questions. I'm aiming for about 30 to 40 questions that you guys will do on Canvas. So you can do that in the comfort of your own home. The test will cover each of the 4 modules. So the first module, the test is scheduled for September 12th. And multiple choice you can do on Canvas, and you can download and start working on the written portion or the essay portion of the test. We'll cover protein structure and function. The 3rd of October will be test 2, again, multiple choice and written. I'm going to cover carbohydrates and lipids, how they're important for the health of our cells and the body in general. 3rd test will cover enzymes, the study of enzymes. That's scheduled for October 26th. And I believe, I do not remember if this is before or after Thanksgiving. I think this is before Thanksgiving. We will talk about metabolism. That's probably one of my favorite topics. We'll have the multiple choice you'll do on Canvas and then the written portion as well. Debating whether to actually have a written portion for metabolism, but I'll make that decision. I'll let you guys know. That is it. I am planning for a cumulative exam. The final, it will replace one of the 4 test scores. So does not harm you. It can only help you. And I would take the test just to see how well or gauge how well you've acquired the material in this course. Don't forget, there's an amino acid assignment. It's a 4-minute long video. I want you to write the amino acids in a certain way, fully protonated with their pKa's labeled, so you can check that out, or you can come during the first day of class and I'll give you more clarity on that. So let's have a very good semester. It's great to see each and every one of you once again, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.